fix a personality issue. No, let me tell you. If Moses Kuria was a car, we would have come and said, the wiring of this car is problematic. So we are going to remove all these wires that do the signals and everything and put new ones and make sure that the signal is no longer on this side but on this other side of the steering wheel.
Yes.
And that would have solved the problem. If Moses Kuria was a car and you feel that it's driving low, you'd have gone to the garage and raised the coil springs and raised the tire size and probably the rim size, and you'd be good to go. The problem is that this is a personality issue, and you cannot learn to be left-handed at 50.
Yes.
If you've been right-handed all your life, you're not going to learn to be left-handed at the age of 50.
Yes.
So the problem is, let us stop discussing someone who is not worthy of being a national leader. I think the conversation should be, there are 50 million other Kenyans who fit the bill to be a very good CS,
pretty much,
and who carry themselves very well,
yes,
and who we can send out there, and they are representative of our nation.
Yes.
And let me tell you, the Nation Media Group, which is under attack today, is run by His Holiness the Agha Khan. The Agha Khan has employed very many people.
Yes.
From their hospitals to everything else that the Agha Khan Foundation runs,
yes,
across the globe. So why are we thinking in terms of value? Who brings more value to this nation? Is it Moses Kuria, the CS for Trade, who is now manning the taxes that we are giving as Kenyans?
Yes.
Or is it the Agha Khan who is employing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, and from whom very many families are benefiting? I think when you look at it from a cost-benefit analysis,
yes,
if I was in charge of this nation, I would say we benefit more from the Agha Khan as a foundation than we benefit from having Moses Kuria as CS for Trade.
Yes.
The sheer number of families whose daily bread comes to their table because they wake up and go to NTV, to the Agha Khan hospitals, to all those things because aliwaita majina ingine how. You saw his Twitter handle. Things that I cannot even repeat on TV, yes, but the good thing is the internet does not forget. And for any Kenyan who is wondering, just go to his Twitter handle. It's still there. It's not been pulled there. It's still there. He used a very unprintable word. But that foundation, in very many words,
yes,
is supporting very many families.
I'll be coming back to you, by the way, because then we know where the problem is. And even before that, even these two men, and I will remind you of the person who appointed him to that position, even before he took over government, even when he was in the previous government, if you do remember the famous phrase of gazeti ni ya kufunga nyama, indeed it started from there, and even him today is still talking about how the media has been biased against him, and then on the other side says, we gotta support them, even when they print propaganda. We'll be coming back to you. Paul, how are you doing, sir? Let me bring you into the conversation. Yesterday, even after the High Court has essentially told Moses Kuria, we do not want you to continue slandering any media station in the country. By the way, that came when he appeared at that senator hearing that was talking about this edible oil saga that has essentially got him very much implicated in it. He still continued to say, look here, the gentleman was behind that story. He has spoken to me. That he says that even when I write the correct story, my bosses want a negative story. The question being then, is it a factual story? It could be a negative story, but is it a factual story? Moses Kuria didn't say a negative factual story. He said a negative story, essentially. So what Moses Kuria would wish is this gentleman to turn around and only focus on the positive facts in that particular story, not essentially bring out what he deems as negative. The same thing that Ben is weighing in on this morning, that we are focusing on the wrong issue. The issue is not Moses Kuria, that Moses Kuria is going to be Moses Kuria, even if you made him president today. The issue is who can come in out of the 50 million Kenyans to take up that position that Moses Kuria has, because he is not fit for it.